The following show may cause you to think differently. Welcome to Sing Out Loud with Ella Glasgow, the show where we highlight people who are doing just that. From authors to coaches to artists and everyone in between, the guests on this show have found a way to push past their fears and truly live life out loud. And through their stories and service to the world, are encouraging you to do the same.
Our featured guest today is self-care coach known as the Fun Coach, Tracy Rickard. And on the artist stage, he's motivational, he's quirky and fun. It's songwriter Lucky Doug Fergus.
And I'm your host, Ella Glasgow, and it's time for you to sing out loud.
There's no time left to borrow. I'm not waiting for that someday.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Hello, and welcome to another new episode of Sing Out Loud. I'm your host, Ella Glasgow, a vocal impact expert who helps her clients to own the power of their voice. And today on this episode, it's such a gorgeous day. I could not come outside to introduce our next episode. And this next episode, it's fitting that I'm outside because it's a break for me. I'm getting out of my office, just kind of walking around and enjoying the day. You know, sometimes it can be really easy for us to just go and not take the time to really take care of ourselves. When was the last time that you gave yourself a break? And how easy is it for you to just keep on going even though your body is super duper tired? You're helping everybody else do the things that they need to do, and they're thriving all the while you are burnt out and spent up and just ready to crash. Well, my guest today is Tracy Rickard, and she had gone through that very same thing until she realized that her body couldn't handle it anymore, and she had to find a way to completely change everything around and put some priority on self-care. She's known as the Fun Coach, and she's combined her past life of being a musical theater performer with her new life of being a massage therapist and a certified women's health coach. And she is here with me today to talk with us about self-care and the importance of it and what you can do to get that on your radar right now. So please welcome Tracy Rickard.
I have with me, I'm so excited, I've got Tracy Rickard. What's going on, Tracy?
Hey, girl.
Oh my gosh. We have been trying to get this together for a long time. And I am so glad that you are finally here with me. So I had mentioned to everyone that you call yourself the Fun Coach.
Yes.
I know you personally, so I know why you're the Fun Coach, but how in the world did you come to that?
It was a little bit of practical, and then it was also a little bit of this emotional, passionate part of me. So I do a lot of different things. I'm running the health coaching, I'm running yoga, I'm running massage, I'm doing all this wellness. And then on a social aspect, I just love to go out and move my body and go to see music and go to fairs and the beach and all these things where I was like, if I can just explain who I am as a person and a professional all in one fell swoop, it would be the Fun Coach.
Yeah!
And it just, I said it to my friend one day and it's landed and it's stuck and I've been rolling with it.
That's so stinking awesome. I absolutely love that. And you've been on this really interesting, fun journey from the time that I've met you, but it started long before I met you because I've known you now it's been 3 years that I've known you now. So even before you moved to Orlando, you started this journey. So how did you come to be who you are now? You've gone through some stuff. What did you do to get here?
What I did to get here. So I was always fascinated with facilitating people, and my journey and my passion started in musical theater, and I was doing that in college. I absolutely loved it. I say I don't know if my parents were just extremely compassionate or crazy and let me go to school for theater when my sister was going to school for law. But I'm super grateful they did. And I got to really experience what it's like to, number one, be in a tribe, how it's like to be expressive, be who you are, share your passions, and then actually make an impact and change the way people feel. And I really dug that, and I thought it was great. But when I really looked at my journey and how I wanted to go, I wasn't feeling the whole auditioning for grad school. I started to do it. I wasn't feeling like that was the industry box I wanted to put myself in. And so I ended up going to massage school because I was extremely fascinated with the human body. I had done a lot of classical comedy training in my theater work and really loved a lot of the techniques I learned. And so I decided to use my almost obsession and fascination with the human body and go to massage school. And it was the coolest thing, getting to understand and learn the human body. And that kind of threw me into my wellness journey. And then I was even more fascinated, so I got into yoga, and I was even more fascinated after that, and I went into nutrition and health coaching training and diving a little bit deeper into spirituality. So one thing kind of led into the other, and I really enjoyed building and building and building. But what I realized is in that building and building and building, I was stressing myself out because I was just doing so much all the time. Yeah. And I also had this deep desire to help people, but what started to occur is that desire to help became this urgent energy that depleted my own energy. And I ended up getting sick. What I didn't realize was happening is I was actually absorbing everybody else's negative energy.
That is crazy.
And I noticed it more as a body worker, and I got training in it. I would leave a massage, and I would have the same pain in my shoulder that my client just had. And I didn't realize until it was down the road that I just wasn't setting some protective boundaries around me as the facilitator, because I was doing different work. When I was on stage, I was doing that work, there was that buffer already set there. There was the stage, the arch right there. Right. But when I started working in this other field, there wasn't that, and I didn't understand the importance of boundaries. And the push ended up getting me very sick. I ended up getting really depressed all the time and extremely tired to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. And I would go to certain professionals, and they just kept saying that I was just depressed and wanted to put me on medication. When I was a teenager, I had some hormonal issues right on the birth control, all that stuff. So what I realized is I needed to figure out a way to take better care of myself and only go to people that listened to what I had to say.
Well, so, you took all of that stuff, which it's incredible. And I think it's really interesting how we don't realize how much we are taking on of other people's things, especially us as women. And I know that that's a field that you have really delved into, and helping women with their self-care, which is something that we tend to not want to do. And we wait until those extreme moments, like you said, we get sick, and then we try to fix it. But you have started something now, your sister self-care circle, to help women recognize these things and do kind of preventative self-care.
Yes. So I like to call everything I do the stress reset. What it means, just like you do a hard reset on, say, your phone, if it stops working, you take it back to the factory settings. We can bring our entire system back to its own factory settings. And there's specific ways to help prevent burnout for many people. And for women, what happened with me is that go mentality, it affects your hormones more than men. And so it turned me into this crazy weepy lady that nobody wanted to hang out with. And it was really, I had to look at it as a physical, a clinical thing going on, as well as an emotional and really a spiritual thing going on. So I've started to, in my local community, bring people together, because on a biological level, when women get together, it literally rises our endorphins. So it's a natural high, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then when I can't do it locally, I want to bring people together in any way they can, but make things quick and easy. We're in information overload right now, and that puts even more stress on women's hormones. So when things can become quick and easy, there's that part of our brain that's like, I got this, I can figure it out, this is doable. And it's that step by step approach, the small hinges that swing the big door to the life you've always wanted.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to go to not your sister care circle, but some of the events that you have put on, and the energy that is created in the events that you've put on is so different than some of the others. It's very peaceful and it's very relaxing. And even though every now and again there's been a guy that's entered in, it's it's a very safe space, and I love the way that you run events. But now that you've got all of this other stuff going, and you've got the self-care going for you and helping others to recognize those things, what does an ideal life look like for you?
Well, it's still doing these live in-person events. There's something that occurs when like-minded people get in a room together. So I'm just slowly building and building and building. An ideal life for me is eventually traveling to share my mission and message, not only around this world, but around this country, but around this world, to just bring people together. There's something that is really important that occurs when that happens, and that cliche saying, all you need is love, it actually is true. You can't fight hate with hate, but you can allow hate to dissolve with love.
Yeah.
So it's one of my missions because it has to start within first.
Yeah.
So ideal life for me is sharing my mission and message of how to connect to your own self, connect to your own power, and then share that and link with other people so that that's possible. I love moving my body, so going to concerts and doing yoga and going to all these really fun events where I get to move my body and be with the people I care about. Quality time with my loved ones is extremely important. So if I can do what I love, share my message, my mission, do these awesome events, move my body, and get to hang out with my love people, that is an ideal life for me.
That's amazing. Amazing. I love everything about you, and I love that I get to be a part of your circle. And I love now that I get to introduce you to some more people to be a part of their circle. And there's so much more that we could talk about because we've already spent hours together before, but we don't have hours to spend right now. So we are going to take a very short break, and we are going to head on over to the artist stage.
Wasn't that great stuff with Tracy? And as you can see, I totally could not go back inside. The day is just too gorgeous. And I want to take a moment to introduce you to my next friend on the artist stage today. I've got Lucky Doug Fergus. He's quirky, he's funny, and he loves to use his songs to bring a poignant message that is also hopefully inspiring. And he knows that it's his job in life to share his joy for living, which is exactly what this show is about. So please welcome to the artist stage, Lucky Doug Fergus.
Gray-haired lady, horseback rider, downhill skier, former hang glider. Why would she dye her hair? Younger women are everywhere. There's no need to compete with them. She's in a league of her own. Gray-haired lady paints watercolor, always barefoot. Yoga instructor, gray-haired lady, loves to cuddle. Sunday morning, crossword puzzle. Why would she dye her hair? Younger women are everywhere. There's no need to compete with them. She's in a league of her own.
And we are back. And I've got Tracy Rickard with me. Tracy!
Woo woo!
Thanks for sticking around. And in this next part, for those of you that have watched before, you know what's about to happen next. But Tracy doesn't know yet. And we're going to ask our 3 questions. Are you ready for question number 1?
I am ready.
What is your fave olive?
Okay. If I had to pick one, it would be Kalamata olives, but I can do black olive any day of the week as well. So
Okay. I like Kalamata olives as well.
yeah.
I'm really weird about black olives. They have to be the tangy olives, not the buttery.
Oh, see, I can do any version of black olive, but there's something about the taste of Kalamata olives. I love them.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
love Greek food, so that's probably why.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, now we're going to go over to another question on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. When you are 97 years old and you are sitting on your front porch in your beautiful rocking chair, what would you like to look back over your life at having achieved?
Oh. I think there's power in this simple answer I'm going to give, but feeling and seeing, being able to hug someone every single day.
That's why I love you so much. I love that. Oh, that's so great. That's so great. I'm taking that in for myself.
You can. It's free.
Thank you. And I have one more question for you. If you could leave everyone watching with just one word, what would it be and why?
Ease. And the reason I'm going to say ease, I was very close to saying freedom. But the reason I want to say ease is just like I mentioned with the hugs, and just like I've mentioned with all of the work I do and everything I do, when we're in a level of ease, that's how our system stays in homeostasis. That is how those amazing, delicious moments with our loved ones occur. That is when we have those aha moments. When we're in a state of ease, everything gets to flow.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got to do another hangout time.
Yeah.
I love you, girl. Thank you
Too.
so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to let everybody know that you can go and find Tracy on her website. Just look down below. Her link is there. And I also want to let you know about her book that she's got. She has an ebook called The Stress Reset System. And I think it's one that you should go pick up and read. And you can find that at her website. Just use the link that's below and go on over there. And if you want to know about how you can spread your message either on a stage or in front of a camera and you need some help with that, you can always contact me at yourvoicesuccess.com. Thank you so much, everybody. And you know how we do. Tracy, we're going to throw up our deuces to fear because we kick fear in the pants. You guys know what I say. I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. Go out there and give your dreams a kick in the pants. We'll see you next time. Bye. Now I'm recording. Don't get going before we start.
It's my one day. It's my one day. I'm gonna live it all.